It is time for Sarah's Wiki Corner. Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
Hello. What are we learning about today on your Wiki Corner?
Well, this Wiki Corner actually comes from something that Chuck Kelly sent to me that he thought might make a good Wiki Corner.
All right.
And it was an article about the world's very first motel that is now for sale.
Oh, the first motel in America.
The very first in the whole world.
The whole world.
Yes, it is in America, but
It's
it was the first one in the whole world, and it is now for sale. So it was originally known as the Milestone Mo-Tel, and it opened on December 12th of 1925, just off Highway 101 in San Luis Obispo, California.
Sounds nice.
Yes. And it was also the first establishment to use the term motel, which is a portmanteau of motor hotel.
Can I tell people, portmanteau is where you take two words and you squish them together,
right.
and then you create another word.
That's it. Yeah. So motor hotel. That's what the motel means. Legend has it that the original plan was to call it the Milestone Motor Hotel, but the painter couldn't fit all the letters on the sign, and so the word motel was born.
Well, makes sense.
Yeah. So the emergence and popularization of the automobile in the United States of the early 20th century inspired many car owners beyond just commuting around town, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So before motels, travelers' options were pretty limited. Tourists who couldn't afford to stay in a hotel either slept in their cars or pitched their tents in fields alongside the road.
Oof. It's a different time back then, Sarah.
As demand increased, for-profit commercial camps gradually displaced public campgrounds, providing running water, picnic grounds, and restroom facilities.
Oh, nice.
The lack of niche accommodations to fill the need for automobile travelers who only needed an overnight stay to continue their trip inspired many entrepreneurs. The combination of the convenience of a campground with the comforts and respectability of a hotel or inn spurred the creation of the motel. Motels differ from hotels in their location along highways as opposed to urban cores favored by hotels, and their orientation to the outside where the doors open directly outside, whereas in the hotel, you're inside an interior hallway, right?
Right. Makes sense.
Motels almost by definition also include a parking lot, while older hotels were not usually built with parking in mind because there weren't as many cars.
True.
Yeah.
True. Good point.
The architect of the Milestone Motel was Arthur Heineman, and he picked San Luis Obispo as a midpoint location between Los Angeles and San Francisco, which took 2 days of driving on the roads at the time. The motel cost $80,000 to build in 1925. That's almost $1.5 million today, so it's pretty pricey back then.
Yep. How many rooms are you going to tell us?
It was like 100 rooms.
Oh, that's a lot of rooms.
It originally charged $1.25 per night.
Oh.
Per room.
We're going to recoup that money pretty fast at $1.50 a night.
Well, that's $23 in 2025 money, so pretty reasonable, really, right?
Very reasonable.
The exterior of the buildings was modeled after the Spanish missions in California. Arranged around a central courtyard with a swimming pool and palm trees were white stucco, red tile roofed 2-room bungalows, each featuring an indoor bathroom with a shower, and some even had kitchenettes, which obviously that was a pretty big step up from those campgrounds at the time.
No kidding.
Yeah. Now, the original plan was to build a chain of 18 motels at 150 to 200 mile intervals in response to the growth of automobile travel in California, Oregon, and Washington. So I think the idea was to go from like Seattle
all the way down the coast.
Right?
Yeah.
At the time, the spacing would have represented a day's drive between sites. However, they were unable to register the name motel as a trademark, which allowed competitors to use the name.
Oh, no.
And plans for expansion as a chain ultimately disintegrated because of the Great Depression. Also, kind of threw a wrench in things.
Bad time.
Although the motel closed in 1932, it reopened several years later and became known as the Motel Inn, and it drew quite a few celebrity guests, including Clint Eastwood, Lucille Ball, and Bob Hope. And most famously, Joe DiMaggio and Marilyn Monroe stopped in for lunch in 1954 during their honeymoon.
You don't say. You don't say. Because I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
It's in a little bit of disrepair.
Well, it looked better back then.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
So motels peaked in popularity in the 1960s with rising car travel, only to decline in response to competition from the newer chain hotels that became commonplace at highway interchanges as traffic was bypassed onto newly constructed freeways. The industry peaked in 1964 with 61,000 properties. Today, there's around 25,700 motels operating here in the U.S.
Bad.
And California, Texas, and Florida have the highest number of motels.
They really?
Yeah.
Which is California. Oh, yeah. Huh.
Yeah. Several classic roadside motels across the United States are now officially listed on the National Register of Historic Places as examples of mid-century automotive culture and roadside architecture.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cute.
It is.
Yeah, I haven't stayed in a motel in a long... I can't remember the last time I stayed in a motel.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
I would stay in a motel.
You would?
You said before you would not.
It depends, but...
You watch too many horror movies.
I think that's it, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Once they started appearing in horror movies, I think it was all downhill.
It's never
from
at
the
the
motel.
Hyatt. It's always at a motel on Desert Road.
The Bates Motel, right?
Yeah. You picked out a record to go along with motels, did you, Sarah?
Yeah, so we're going to play King of the Road by Roger Miller.
You got it. Sarah, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Trailers for sale
I
or
love
rent.
this song.
Rooms to let 50 cents.
This song is an earworm.
It is all night long. I'll be humming this little bop. Roger Miller, King
Hi,
of the
Mike,
Road.
by the way. He says, hi, guys, both of you. Welcome back.
What's up, Mike?
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
And he said the beer is probably only like $45 a can, which is probably, I mean,
Well, I think the Bills still have some of the cheapest beer in the NFL.
which is,
I don't know.
No.
I didn't look at the price. I know that my Tim Hortons coffee was $7, and she goes. So the way they do it now, right? So it's I don't know how it used to be, but the store is set up where you all go in one end and you all go one direction through. It's almost like a cafeteria line.
oh, okay.
And they have like shelves of like chips and whatever else. And then there's an open counter where the people are behind the counter. And I said, I'm looking for a coffee. She goes, okay. She goes, do you want room for cream? And I said, sure. So she literally, coffee, hands it to me. It's a medium coffee. I take the lid off to put the cream in. I don't know how much cream she thought I was going to need, but honest to goodness, there was 20% of the cup that was 20, maybe, well, not 25, but 20% of the cup
wow.
open at the top.
Well,
And the creamers were like the little peel back.
yeah.
I mean, I would have had to put like 20 of them in
Yeah,
there.
right.
So I did my little thing. I did my stir, put my lid back on. Then you go to pay. And you know how you pay? You don't pay a person. You put your, there's like a square. You put your things down. There's two cameras. You put them down, put your thing down.
Wow.
And it goes, choop, choop.
Well, what could go wrong?
And it's, well, so my daughter went and bought a pretzel first with her friends. And it thought she bought some kind of $25 sandwich.
Yeah.
So she flipped it around, and then it saw it was a pretzel, and it charged her like $8 instead of $25. So that was better. And then you just pay, with your card or with your phone, and off you go. Pretty
Wow.
revolutionary.
That's pretty wild.
Right? Nobody's watching.
Yeah,
I'm sure they are.
I'm sure they
All right, stand by. We're coming back.
No boo, no pets. I ain't got
No cigarettes. It's Roger Miller, King of the Road on Legends 102.7. Sarah Durant. Why did we just play that? Records.
Well, because we were talking about motels, because the very first motel in the entire world is now for sale. I will say it's in San Luis Obispo, California, but it's really just the main building is the only one that is the only thing that's still standing.
All the little outhouses.
The little bungalows are all gone.
Bungalows.
But so there's a lot of potential
Yeah,
if you're interested.
How much property does it come with? Do you know?
Can't remember, but it was like, I think 83 rooms is what it was.
So it was big
Yeah.
at one time.
At one time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's recap three things. Let's take away for today's week. Are you ready?
Ready?
Ready, go.
Okay, motel is a portmanteau of motor hotel.
Motels peaked in 1960. In 1960 with 61,000 properties. I'm sorry. Motels peaked in the 1960s with 61,000 properties in 1964.
And California, Texas, and Florida all have the highest number of motels in the U.S.
In the U.S., there it is. And so do you remember, did you used to stay in motels as a kid? It was exciting as a kid.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so.
You'd
I
pull
can't really
in,
remember.
You get the hotel room key.
I'm sure we did.
You go running down
Yeah.
the right hotel room. As a kid, you always want to be the one working the door. You don't
Yeah,
think
yeah,
you're
yeah.
going. Then the pool sitting out front.
Yeah.
You run in, you get changed, run out,
Straight
jump
to
in
the
the
pool.
pool. Straight
Yeah.
in the pool as a
Yep.
kid. It's exciting.
Yes.
Much nicer than nothing against like a hotel with an indoor pool. That's lovely, especially in the wintertime.
Yeah, yeah.
But in a motel, I have such good memories of that. And we should say that the United States, American culture,
Yeah.
not only was the first motel here, but we're pretty much the only country that has motels.
Right.
because we're the only ones who do real road trips.
Right. Yeah. Because in Europe, you don't need.
Yeah, because countries are so blessed and small.
Right. You can take a train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Folks want to learn more about motels. Sarah, where do they go? What do they do?
Well, you can go to my Wiki blog. If you go to legends1027.com on the homepage, there's a link that takes you to my blog where I post everything I talk about every day.
Plus, we're streaming this live every day at 4:10 on Facebook with pictures, and you can always catch the archives at YouTube. Search out Sarah's Wiki Corner channel to share latest stuff, no material, and watch for our little Wiki reels that appear on Facebook and Instagram as well. We're starting those back up today since we started the Wiki Corners back up again today as well. By the way, is that property, is it listed on Zillow? Do you know?
I don't think so. Maybe it is, but I didn't see a price. It didn't say a price.
No?
So
All right.
maybe you gotta, if you're actually interested, you gotta.
Well, now we've talked about it. It's going to jack up that price big time. All right, Sarah, thanks so much.
You're
Back tomorrow, a
welcome.
fresh episode of 410. Don't go on vacation again.
Okay.
Carly, Simon, Melanie, and much more straight ahead. Legends 1027.
After her knee replacement, Lisa had one thing.
All right, Facebook. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't mention the keychains.
That's okay.
I'll mention them later. Give me a break later on. All right. See, I just want to point out, though, I'm not.
Did I do a typo? Did I?
It says motels peaked in the 1960 with 61. It doesn't say 60s. It says the, but it didn't say. That's why I backed
shoot.
off it a couple of times.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all
That's my
right. It's all
bad.
right. It's fine.
That's my bad.
It's fine. I just
We'll
wanted-
get better. We'll get better.
I just wanted, it just wasn't me. That's all.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay.
All right. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for watching.
Aren't we glad Sarah's back?
Yay.
Round of applause. Thanks for coming back. All right. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.